Hey guys, in this video I will show you exactly how to write cold emails that consistently book client calls for recruitment agencies. In the past, most recruiters would just offer to fill a role and basically pitch their service. But that doesn't work anymore. Today there are a few key factors that you need to get right. Otherwise your emails just won't get replies. One of the most important ones is of course personalization. But instead of talking too much about it, let me just show you what a great cold email should look like. So before I show you an example template, let me quickly just go over some best practices. There are a few things that are absolutely key. So first, referencing a trigger. This basically means you start your email with something specific that's actually happening in their business. That way, it immediately shows your message isn't generic. And the more relevant that trigger is, the more likely they are to keep reading. In recruitment, the most obvious job trigger is a job posting. So something like, I noticed you're hiring XYZ, or I noticed you're hiring SDRs. If you're using a reverse approach, it could also be something like, I noticed that John recently left your company. Next, you want to build instant credibility. Because this is a cold email, they don't know you and they don't trust you yet. So you need to show very quickly that you've done this before. This will lower skepticism and make you look legit. At the end of the day, it's just proof. Something like, we recently placed 3 candidates in similar roles. Another key factor is to sell the outcome and not the service. Seriously, don't talk about your agency or your processes. Don't pitch your service. Your prospects absolutely don't care about that. They care about getting the role filled, especially if it's been open for a while. So focus on the result. Show them you can solve their problem. For example, we can introduce 3 to 5 qualified candidates within 2 weeks. And by the way, this also acts like a soft guarantee because you're committing to a specific outcome in a specific time frame. Next, use a low commitment CTA like want me to send over a couple of profiles. Don't push for a call right away. Make the next step easy and as low friction as possible. This will increase your reply rate because it doesn't feel like a big ask. Like I said, they don't know you yet. And asking for a call is basically asking for the time. Instead, offer something first. This is also called a front-end offer. It's not your main offer, but it helps you get your foot in the door. And last but not least, keep it short. Your emails should be quick to read, ideally under 80 words. Hiring managers don't have time to read long paragraphs, especially from someone they don't know. The easier it is to scan and understand, the higher the chance they will reply. So this is how an email like this could look. Hi, and then his first name. I noticed you're currently hiring for the job role. We recently placed 3 candidates in similar roles for company in his industry, all within 2 weeks. If helpful, I could introduce 2 to 3 pre-vetted candidates who might be a strong fit for your team. Would you like me to send over a couple of profiles? As you can see, this email includes all the key factors that make it compelling for a company that's currently hiring. You're addressing the pain point, offering a solution, and showing that you can actually deliver. But this is just one template. You can structure this in different ways. So here's another example. So you're bringing on and then the job role right now. Usually that means timelines are pretty tight. We've recently helped a few similar companies fill, then the job role, roles in under 2 to 3 weeks with candidates who ramp quickly. Happy to share a couple of profiles that could fit what you're looking for. Open to taking a look. I'm not saying this is the only way to write good copy. There are different approaches and each has its pros and cons. You could make it shorter, personalize it more, add more triggers. For example, you could also reference buying signals like recent headcount growth. But at the end of the day, it comes down to testing. So this is just one type of email that tends to work really well because it includes all the key elements. But it's definitely not the only way. Alright, so after you've sent your initial email, you also want to follow up. A lot of the companies you reach out to won't reply to your first email, but they might reply to your follow-ups. Around 32% of replies in cold email campaigns actually come from follow-ups. So don't just treat them as reminders. They are much more than that. So most recruiters like follow-ups something like this. Just following up on my previous email. But the problem is, this doesn't give the recipient any new reason to reply. If they didn't respond the first time, why should they respond now? So if you want replies, keep these things in mind when writing follow-ups. First, every follow-up needs a new angle. For example, quick update, I came across another candidate who could be a strong fit for your AE role. So you can introduce a different candidate, but you can also change the angle entirely. For example, you could focus on candidate quality and say, we are currently working with AEs who've consistently hit 120% plus quota. Or focus on speed. If speed is a priority, we've helped similar teams fill AE roles in under 2 weeks. Next up is referencing context. This brings them back into the situation. For example, since you're currently hiring SDRs, ... This basically reinforces relevance and timing. And again, keep it short. Follow-ups should be even shorter than your first email. 1 to 3 sentences is completely enough. An example of a strong follow-up could look like this. Hi, since you're currently hiring AEs, quick update. We just spoke with a candidate who's consistently hit 120% plus quota in a similar space. Happy to share their profile if that's relevant. Just like with the first email, you should experiment with different angles. The key is always the same. Give them a new reason to reply. Don't write something like, just wanted to follow up on my previous email. Did you have a chance to review it? That's too generic. It doesn't add value and there's not even a real CTA here. Now when it comes to how many follow-ups you should send, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. You will need to test what works best for you. Some people get results with just 1 follow-up, others send up to 4, each with a different angle. But generally, you shouldn't go beyond 3 to 4 follow-ups, because at that point you're not really getting more replies. You're just starting to annoy people, and that can hurt your brand. It can also hurt your deliverability, because if your emails don't get replies, providers might start flagging you as spam. And let's be honest, in a way it is. But if you keep all of this in mind, you will be able to send much more effective emails and follow-ups and start booking calls consistently. Now, copywriting is just one part of a successful cold email campaign. You also need a high quality lead list, set up email infrastructure the right way, and optimize your campaign continuously. If you don't have the time to figure all of that out yourself, feel free to reach out. We can help you set up the entire outbound system, from infrastructure to lead generation to writing emails that actually convert and optimize your campaigns. So all you really have to do is show up and close. If that sounds interesting, just book a call below. And thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, if you want to see what a complete cold email strategy looks like, check out the video on the screen. I will see you there.